Hey, you're about to listen to episode 2 of the Route 1042 podcast. Now, we had some technical difficulties with the video recording, so there is no video, but enjoy listening to part 1 of our 3-part series of Making Friends. Welcome to episode 2 of Route 1042 podcast. I'm Ryan Steinke. I'm so glad to be with you. Thank you for listening. I really am excited about this topic because what we're going to start here today with this episode is we're going to carry it over into the next 2 episodes about a topic that is near and dear to my heart and something that I've been growing and developing in, and that is how to make friends. All right, so you're a teenager. You've exited childhood, right? You have gone all the way through. You've done elementary school. Now you're entering into high school. Now, for the most part, a lot of times what happens is when you make that transition into high school, your friends change. Well, your friends actually, they may end up staying or going somewhere else, or you may end up leaving. You may end up switching schools or switching high schools, may end up going to a Christian school, or you may end up switching churches. Whatever social group you find yourself in, you always want to have a friend. You've always had a friend in childhood. Now you enter into this teenage year, and now maybe you find yourself alone. Well, I want you to know that there's a lie that a lot of people listen to, and the lie is this: I'm better off alone. I want you to resist that lie, because the devil wants you to be alone. That's right, the devil wants you to be alone. Christ came to bring life, and life more abundant. He is the friend of sinners. He is the friend that sticketh closer than any brother. Jesus knows the power of friendships, and Satan is after that. And Satan is after to divide people. He is after to keep people by themselves or keep them even with a wrong group. Christ wants you to have friends. There's a story in the Bible of 2 people, David and Jonathan, probably the most famous of the best friends in Scripture. But if you really think about it, these guys were total opposites. They had nothing in common. One was a shepherd, the other was a prince. One hung out all day, every day in the field with sheep, and the other was robed in beauty. How did these 2 young guys, how do they even come together and be best friends? The Bible says in 1 Samuel 18 that their souls were knit together. I mean, they were tight. They were the tightest of tights. I mean, these guys were best friends. So this episode is we're going to almost cast a general blanket, and we're going to help everyone out on how you can make friends. Whether you're entering into high school, perhaps you're a 7th grader, or maybe a 6th grader going into high school, or maybe you could be a freshman or a sophomore, and you're still struggling to make friends. Well, I want to help you with that. I want these in-between years, or these teenage years, to be memorable, to be life-changing and life-transforming. And a lot of that has to do with who are your friends. Well, it starts out with you being able to make friends. Okay, so listen very closely. We're gonna hit 4 things, and I hope you implement them, because it's something that I'm still doing, and I am still enjoying the reward and the end result of using these 4 techniques, if you could say it like that, these 4 techniques into making friends. Number 1, be patient. Yeah, be patient. There is an unsettling urge to be a part of something right away. Now the urge to be a part of a group is good, because we need that. We need that community feel, and we need that closeness with people. But we have to be patient. A lot of times what happens is, and I've seen this in many, many youth groups and even schools even, when the new kid comes in, 2 or 3 weeks will go by, whether he or she is in the new school or whether they're in the new youth group. And what happens is that they sit down in the corner at their desk and they stay to themselves and they hold tight to their books and they just stay close to the wall, whatever it may be. 2 or 3 weeks will go by and they will have done nothing. And then they'll go home and tell their parents that they don't have any friends there. And their parents will come and they'll be so concerned and on and on and on. What's going on? Wait, 2 or 3 weeks is not enough time. You need to be patient. So there's a lot of things that's very positive about being patient. Number one, you can be very observant of your surroundings. Okay, so you entered into the youth group. Okay, and what if you're coming to our youth group here at Faith Baptist Church and you're a first-time visitor? You come into our youth group, just be patient. It may be 2-3 weeks, it may be 4 or 5 weeks, but during that time, you are observing all that's going on. You're noticing your surroundings. You're noticing people's habits. You're noticing people's activities. You're noticing what people are wearing and what they're doing. Take that time to be observant. All right. So also during this time of you being patient, you need to understand that not everybody is going to rush up to you and become your best friend within 2 or 3 hours or within 2 or 3 minutes of you being there. This culture has really placed a lot of pressure on you to have a quick response to everything. I post something, I want to see the likes, and I want to see the hearts, and I want to see the shares. I want a quick response. You go to you go to Starbucks or you go to Dunkin' Donuts. You want your coffee quick. You want the service to be fast. You have the microwave. Everything's so quick. But with friendships are very valuable. Friendships are treasured. These are things that are worth waiting for. So in your time of being patient, you need to accept that not everybody's going to rush to you. Okay? Why? Because there's other people in the same boat. You're not the only one who's going to be looking for friends. You're not the only one who feels alone and who may feel left out. You are not alone in that. There's other people. So in this moment, when you start to make friends, be patient. Anything worth having is worth waiting for. And a friendship, a true friendship, is worth waiting for. All right, so number one, be patient. Number two, be prepared. All right, when you start into a friendship, when you seek somebody who's going to be your friend, you need to be prepared for the awkwardness. The awkwardness of feeling, oh, I just said something stupid, or I acted, that was a dumb thing for me to do or say, whatever it may be, or you make a joke and nobody laughs. That happens to me all the time, okay? Why? Because I really want to make friends with as many people as possible, and sometimes I just say some things that are weird or just a joke that was a dud, and that awkward feeling comes. It has to come. Okay, do you know why it comes? It's because you're not perfect, and the people who you are trying to be friends with, they're not perfect. So these awkward feelings, they're going to be there. You need to be prepared to have this. Why do you need to be prepared? Because if you go in thinking that you are going to be automatically accepted and they're just going to, wow, you're the greatest, and that may happen. Like, I hope that happens. That would be incredible. But for the most part, there's these steps, there's these processes, and a part of that is getting over some of that awkwardness. Not only do you need to be prepared to for that awkwardness, but you also need to be prepared to take action. Okay, you need to be prepared to take action. So you have been patient. You're observing. You're noticing everything around you. You're noticing that this group is talking about that. You're noticing he's shooting basketball and she is drawing and they're on their phones and whatever it may be. You've been patient and you're preparing to, it might be a little awkward at first, but you're gonna make it an effort here. You need to prepare to take action, okay? A lot of times we just want everybody to do things for us. Do you know what that was? That was childhood. All right? There was a time in your life when someone gave you a bottle of milk. Hopefully that time is done. All right. There was a time when someone had to get you the Cheerios because you couldn't reach it, or the jug of milk was too heavy. There was a time when you did not even know how to change the toilet paper. All right. That was childhood, when everybody did everything for you. There was just a complete dependence. Okay. You have to put forth an initiative, an effort in making friends. And that's tough. Because out of childhood, we've done everything, or everybody has done everything for us. And as you seek adulthood, remember, you're not a child and you're not an adult. Okay, you're not an adult. You're not a child. You're an in-betweener. You're a teenager, but you're seeking to become an adult. You have to understand that not everyone is going to cater to you. You have to take action. You have to say, you know what? I'm going to play ball. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to try. I'm just going to stand and just wait for an opportunity to show up, and I can insert my thought, or I can pick up the ball when it rolls to me, whatever it may be. But you're going to be prepared to take action. Sitting on the sidelines is not favorable for making friends. Okay, the person who just sits down, hugs the wall, doesn't say anything, the chances of them making friends is very, very slim. Now, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. There's many people who they were the quiet person, or they were the backwards person, or whatever it may be, and they had friends. Okay, now, but it's not favorable. All right, your chances of making a true friend by just hugging the wall, very, very slim. Very slim. I want you to take full advantage. Take full advantage of all the people that are around you and make friends, but you're going to have to take initiative. You're going to have to put the phone down and go over and pick up the ball. You're going to have to play by the rules. You're going to have to get involved. You're going to have to play the activity. You're going to have to, whatever it may be prepared to take action. All right? So you are making friends. You have come into this new area, or maybe you've been in this youth group for a while and you're still struggling to make friends. And this reminds me of another lie. The lie is this: it is so hard to make friends. Do you know why it's so hard to make friends? It's because you've gone through this process one time. And we're going to touch on that in just a little moment. But these are some of the lies that you just you have to dismiss. You have to reject those lies and know that Christ has made you and made other people, Christian teenagers and Christian boys and Christian girls, to be friends. So you have been patient, you prepared, and now here is your chance. You need to engage. You need to engage. Now, I've written down 3 primary ways of engaging somebody in a friendship. All right, let's take, for example, I want to be friends with you. I have observed you. You have, you've got basketball shoes on, or, you have basketball shorts, whatever it may be. There's obviously something about sports that's about you, okay? And I want to be your friend. All right, because I need friends, and it just seems like you're a cool guy. In the back of my mind, like, I could play basketball. I wonder if he likes basketball. Maybe I play basketball on video games, whatever it may be. But I want to engage, okay? How am I going to do that? I've prepared, and I'm going to do something. Here are 3 ways that you can engage somebody or with somebody and make friends. Number 1, laughter. Laughter. Everybody loves to laugh. If you can laugh along with somebody, if you can laugh along with the group, if you can find something funny and show that you are laughing, that is an amazing thing that breaks so many social barriers when you laugh. That's why comedy movies and stand-up comics, they are so favorable over so many different groups of people of all different religions and races and all these things. Why? Because they're making everybody laugh. It tears down so many social anxieties, and social awkwardness is through laughter. You may find something funny that they're doing, laugh about it. Show them that you're engaged through laughter. I love to make people laugh. I love making them smile. I love cracking jokes, because that is my go-to. That's my MO for making friends. So if I want to be your friend and I see you afar off, I'm going to try and make you laugh or smile or something. That is something that I have found to be my favorite way of engaging somebody to be their friend. Now, the second way is through activity or play, through activity. Let's take, for example, you want friends and you want to be part of a good group of friends. Then you need to be a part of a sports team. You need to be involved in band or in theater or in the arts or something. Be a part of the activity where those other teens are. If there's an activity going on here at the church, be a part of that. Don't just stand alongside of the walls in the gym and just complain all the time that nobody plays with you and nobody talks to you. You have to be engaged. I was talking to some of the men here in the church about this, and one way that guys like to build friendships is by doing stuff, going fishing together, or working on a car, or building something, or tearing down a fence, or cutting down trees, whatever it may be. A lot of guys like to use activities to engage with somebody to be their friend. And then thirdly is points of interest. Okay, you say, well, Ryan, I'm not really the activity sporty type person. That's just not me. Well, that's great. Well, maybe your MO, your mode of operation, for making friends could be points of interest. Meaning maybe you like anime, maybe you build Roblox or whatever, Roblox, I'm not saying Roblox. You like, I don't know, you like video games and TVs or movies, or you're like into politics or into art or something. You have a point of interest and you've been patient and you've prepared and you're ready to engage because you overheard them talking, about a music CD, album or nobody listens to CDs, a music album, or a certain artist or a new movie or the Marvel characters or whatever, and you're going to use those points of interest as an engagement point for you to make those friends. Okay, so let's just rehearse. You've been patient, you've prepared, and now you're ready to engage. Are you going to engage with laughter? Are you going to engage with activity? Or are you going to engage with points of interest? Now, there might be some, other points, but those are the three major ones. And I think you could find yourself in one of those three or more than one of those three. But you have to take that plan of action. You have to take that initiative and do it. I want you to have friends. I want to be your friend, and I want you to be my friend. But more importantly, I want you to learn how to make friends. And now this is something that I'm doing again and again and again, which brings us to our fourth point. You've been patient, you've prepared, you've engaged. Now you need to repeat the process. Do you know why you need to repeat the process? Because it doesn't work all the time, right? It doesn't work all the time. There are going to be some people who, man, you've watched them and you're like, wow, that's a cool group of guys there, or they look like they're having a good time. You've been patient, you've prepared, and you've engaged, and it just fell to the floor. What do? Well, nobody wants to be my friend, and this is horrible. No, don't give up on that, because it works so many times more over and over and over again. You just have to repeat it. I'm still repeating this process. I repeated that process today with a friend. I was patient, I was observant, I was ready to engage, and my MO today was points of interest. And we had a great hour-and-a-half conversation. It was awesome. It was wonderful. This is something that you can repeat over and over and over again. And here's the great thing about it. You're going to find yourself with more friends than you can count. When you start to do this again and again and again, you are going to surround yourself with so many friends. And then out of that pool of friends, you're going to find some true friends, some best friends. So let's review. I want you to learn how to make friends. Number one, be patient. God is on your side. He wants you to have friends. Just be patient. During that time, observe and also accept that it's not all about you. You're not the only one in this boat. All right. And then number two, you need to prepare. All right. Prepare yourself for that awkwardness. Prepare yourself and then get ready to engage. engage with laughter, engage with activity, or engage with points of interest. And then fourthly, do it all again. Repeat that process. And if it succeeds, and I should say when it succeeds, and this is a proven process, when it succeeds, you're going to find yourself with so much joy and anticipation that when you go to youth group on Sunday nights or Sundays or Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights, you're going to have such an anticipation of seeing that friend, of being part of that group. I want you to enjoy this time of being a teen. I don't want you to go through it alone. I wish I could be with you every single day and just always encourage you and be that person. But I want you to have that best friend. I want you to have those true friends. I want you to be able to make friends. Now, next episode is going to be a great episode. We're bringing someone in who has made friends more than I could count and has a reputation for developing great friendships. It's going to be a great interview. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.